How are you, man?
I'm good, yeah. Just doing a bit of work. We're moving into a new studio actually today as well. So
New studio, where would you usually be?
we just got a studio in sort of East London, actually.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
huge.
that makes it sound like it's luxurious.
It
but,
is. It does.
It's more of a high-tech broom closet, I would say.
Okay. Right. Well, you have one more high-tech room closet than I do. So well done on that. Congratulations.
Thank you, mate.
Well, I am joined now by a man who not only creates the electronic melodies that sound good in your ear and also host of his own podcast, he is also getting frags on the Twitch between Fortnite and GoldenEye. It's the man himself with all the powers. It's Rory Powers. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. Yeah, thank you so much for having me on.
Our pleasure, my man. I mean, look, we played Stories when you brought it out in November last year. You just released Down Bad, and it sounds just so good. It sounds fantastic. And so I just wanted to get a little bit more on who Rory Powers is, because you just seem to be this person who ticks so many boxes in a do-it-yourself kind of a way. So tell us a bit about yourself, Rory.
Of course, yeah. Well, I've been making music basically for as long as I can remember, but I've also just enjoyed, being someone who just creates fun things on the internet, whether that's just videos, Twitch streams, music, anything really. But over the last years, I've put a lot more work and love into the music side of things, and those are the tracks that are finally being released in the last year.
Well, that's interesting. It sounds like you have a few more in the can from the way you're saying that. Would that be right?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm able to disclose exactly how many and when they're going to be released.
Quite
But
all right.
yes, the plan is to release a few more in the coming months of this year. And yeah, everyone is better than the last. I'm so happy with them.
Now, there's a man who's his own PR. You know it. He's able to sell it by himself. That's it. Bring all the money to you, Rory. Let all the finance come to you. So, obviously, your type of music, it isn't something that's readily available, let's say, or easily exposed to on national broadcasts, like the likes of traditional radio and things like that. And, I saw in your description that you're inspired by the likes of Porter Robinson, who I would have discovered personally through YouTube. But how did you find not only this music, but then how did you discover that this is something that you wanted to go down the route of?
Yeah, the music journey has been quite an interesting one. I grew up on the north coast of Northern Ireland that had such a thriving punk scene. So when I first grew up, it was all about this kind of DIY punk sound. And then as I got a little bit older and started spending more time on the internet, we found out about these amazing electronic musicians and musicians who were making kind of chiptune music or lo-fi music. And I think through the marriage of those two styles, kind of bringing in these kind of punk origins with an electronic mindset, that kind of built the songs and the genre that I really enjoy today.
Oh, what a chemistry. I think that might be my favourite mashup of music I've heard in Origins. Out of curiosity, when did you decide, was it always that you were going to have your vocals in it? Because obviously, some of the more, let's say, melodic dubstep and electronic style of music, it can be more driven by the melodies that you create via MIDI. Did you always know that you were going to throw your vocals in there, or was it just kind of a marriage over time?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question, actually. We've experimented a bit in the past of having more vocals or less vocals, using vocals as just a hook for choruses, or having, full-on songs with bridges and choruses and verses. I think kind of at the end of the day, I do have a guilty love for pop music, and I really enjoy it when a song can not only, sound catchy or fun or exciting, but also tell a bit of a story. And I think, if you really want to do that, it's worth bringing your voice in as an instrument.
For sure. I mean, that's it, in one way, a lot of an easier way, absolutely, to get your story across. And that seems to be how a lot of your music is driven. You seem to derive personal stories and then kind of weave them together with the electronic production of things. And I have to say, it sounds fantastic. And for someone who, I can't say that I can see any more history of music. How long have you been doing this? Because it sounds so crisp already.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I've been doing music for a little while now. I will give all of the credit to how good the tracks sound to my producer, Kit Gurmalvena, who I've been working with now for a number of years. Right. So, I'm just the clay that he kind of molds into something that sounds that good. the fact that those tracks have been able to come together and sound that fresh is really a testament to his excellent producing. And we've been working together for so many years now. We kind of share the same brain. So luckily, heading into these projects, we're always kind of on the same page with what we want it to sound like.
Oh, which obviously takes so much pressure not only off recording, but that it sounds like you can be on the same wavelength at the same time creatively, which is in some cases a very rare find. So well done for being able to meet each other. And I have to say, for a guy who, as we were saying earlier, you seem to stick your hand into every cookie jar that you can find. Where does it end for you? Where do you see this going?
Oh, I mean, the goal for the music side of things is to just release more music, finally be able to play live, which is something that, because of the pandemic and things, people haven't been able to do as much. And we've kind of dipped our toes a little bit into some live rehearsals and live performances. And really, there's no better feeling in the world than being able to be on stage and perform these songs in front of an audience that, connects to them emotionally. So honestly, being able to release more music this year and meet some of the fans that listen to it, that's going to be the goal.
Oh, fantastic. And so your goal is to then hit the road, get behind the wheel and start bringing your music live to people in different venues. Would that be right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we cannot wait. I'm in the process of learning how to backflip. So I'm going to be trying to incorporate that into the performance. You're not going to want to miss it, honestly.
Say no more. The second you introduce gymnastics to this, I am already, I was in with the music. You had me now. I'm there. Rory Powers, look, it seems like we're only at the tip of the iceberg of what seems to be your career. And if I might, a bit of a gamer myself, what got you then into the side of Twitch?
Yeah, so it's kind of a funny story. I actually, like a lot of people my age, I was big into video games when I was growing up. And the first job that I got when I was out of university was actually for a company called IGN, which is quite a big... Yes, well, if you've heard of them, then you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They do a lot of video game stuff on YouTube and on their own website. So I've had a lot of friends who have been involved in Twitch over the years. And, in these last couple of months, I've just realized it's such a great way to connect with the audience, to be able to not only play games, but also play music video clips, play some demos, and get some feedback and chat to people.
100%. So you're kind of almost weaponizing Twitch in each direction that you want it to go. There's a whole checkered past on you, Rory, that we haven't even touched on today. And you know what? We'll definitely get more of a chat in with you because there's just so much happening. Rory, if people want to find you across all of these platforms, where can they do it?
Of course, yeah. All you have to do is go and search for @RoryHasPowers. That should be across Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. And of course, on Spotify or any of your music streaming platforms, it is Rory Powers is the artist name. You can find me there. As I said, still working on the backflip. Don't expect that yet. That's a work in progress. But we'll get there eventually.
That's amazing. Rory, you're definitely no slouch when it comes to anything. Your production on everything already from the ground up has already set such a fantastic bar for quality and production. Really well done on the two songs. Down Bad, your last release. We're playing it here on Midlands 103 in the Very Irish playlist. It's such a good sound and we're really looking forward to more. Please keep us up to date and we wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you so much. I absolutely will. Yeah.